Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and in today's video interview with Robby Robinson, we look at the mass routines that Robby used early in his bodybuilding career, which would serve as the foundation to the remarkable physique he would later showcase during the 70s, 80s, and 90s. You will hear Robby Robinson talk about powerlifting, power building, as well as the high volume approaches he used to develop his incredible mass. Enjoy.
Now, I want to now go to your first gym experience from reading your first gym experience at Florida A&M University.
Oh man, that was heavy.
Yeah, I mean, you started training finally in a real gym with a man called Bernard. Did he teach you weightlifting or powerlifting or both?
A little of both. I indulged in a little of both. But see, in those days, I don't want to be indignant or be disrespectful to anyone. Being black, you couldn't go lift no weights. You had to do it kind of secretly and privately because they thought you were gay. They thought only gay people involved in bodybuilding. You don't want to look, they tell you point blank, you don't want to look like no sissy, boy. No man got no man to be walking around looking at no muscle. They thought that was kind of a gayish thing. I didn't think in terms of, I thought in terms of masculine. Powerful, but you would hear it in the backdrops. So I combined both powerlifting and bodybuilding coming through the rings. So not give them the impression, because you have to toe the line because you don't want people picking at you. So I kind of tell it both sides of the line. You just you didn't work out. It just wasn't something you do.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. I mean, a lot of the golden era bodybuilders, yourself, Franco, Arnold, I mean, Franco, may rest in peace, Arnold, etc. They all used powerlifting as well in their foundation. Would you say that added to your foundation?
Yeah, of course. I think that the powerlifting, the deadlift, the heavy squats, the heavy behind the neck press, the heavy cleans and presses, all that built a structure, a foundation around what you already have, this God's gift. So I felt that it was always a good thing to do. To keep that powerlifting, and I still do it to this day. Deadlift, heavy squats, heavy clean and presses, heavy military presses. All that just keep the frame, the overall body foundation there. And if you can keep those areas stimulated by that weightlifting, the overall weight or powerlifting, that the body maintains itself. I think that's why my physique still look the same. Seriously, amazing, really.
Yeah, I mean, they give you functionality that isolation simply does not.
Exactly. The powerlifting builds that foundation, stabilizes that foundation. You won't ever lose it. Yeah. I mean, heavy bench presses, low reps. And bodybuilding is more rep conscious. You do a few more reps. So bodybuilding is low reps, heavy weight.
Yeah.
And I like that. Michael O'Hearn is one of the people that I work with in that area when I get close to competition and going on tours. He's always there with that heavy. And we go to the gym and leg press in goals. There's no room for putting the more weights on, and then we put a bar on there with another 500 pounds. So you're talking, but you're talking almost 2,000 pounds of just pure iron, and you got to do 15 to 20 reps with that 2,000 pounds of iron. But your body has done this for so long that you're so strong that it's easy. Over the trays, the joints, the connective tissue, so you can't help but be stronger. I'm stronger now, honestly, than when I was a bodybuilder. And I find it amazing because I'm looking at myself and saying, you never squatted at no 575 before in my life. Never. Barbell roll, deadlifting 500, 600, never in my life. 400, 300. Playing with it a little bit, but not up into the 400, 500, 600 pounds. Not even close. Franco, when I came here at 75, you had to be, what they call it, what's the word they do? You had to be challenged.
Yeah.
When I came here, Arnold challenged me on leg ascension. When I arrived here, what's his name? Big Red challenged me on dumbbell press. Franco challenged me on chins and deadlifts. See, you always got that stimulation from him. Frank Zane challenged me on the pose and how to hold your body and breathe. And I got a whole lesson from all those guys.
Wow.
And I think that what too stabilized me and gave me better balance and making sure that what I want to do, I'm going to do it well.
Fantastic. When you trained at Florida State Gym with a man called Big George, you used something called
I love that. As I say, he's just like Jack LaLanne. See, in the South, there was no room for us to intermingle within them. But there were some that were in positions that they were in a powerful position. They could say, hey, come on here and train with me. And see, nobody could say anything. They were, what you doing here? Big George told me I could train in here. If I'm training with Big George, but I can only be in there if I train with Big George, okay? But I loved it because that got me in the door. That got recognized. They accepted me. They saw my physique. They could appreciate it. They go, oh, this boy is pretty good. We won't harass him too much when he come in here. But it was good for me. Richard Baldwin was another one that came in there and said, hey, Robbie, come on in, train on with me. But I was able to do that. To me, that was like, I get a chance to finally go into a gym and work with people, know exactly what they're doing, and I can listen to them. So I grew from all those people giving me these little tips or inviting me into the gym in an area where normally blacks cannot go. But I was allowed in there because I had a good physique. And I had people that were excited to have me in there so we could work together. So I think it played a huge role in me, all those little mentors that you want to call them.
Yeah. I mean, from reading it, Big George, for example, you trained with him using a 10 rep by 10 set system. Is that correct? It's very similar to the German volume training system.
Excuse me?
So with Big George, I read from your book that you trained with him using a 10 by 10 system.
Oh, yeah, it worked. You would not believe it. He would go in there, he'd stand up with a bar, 80, 90 pounds. We do 10 sets of chins or nothing but bicep curl. Wow. Or 10 sets of chins of chins. Or 10 sets of chins of barbell roll. Or 10 sets of chin of squats. But it stimulated my mind, it stimulated my body, my ability to handle stress, my ability to develop more stamina and endurance. I think all those little areas kind of put me in a position where I am today, seriously.
Yeah. This is, again, so you use this system, the 10 by 10, for every body part. Is that correct?
Every body part. Wow. Every body part. But I loved it because as I said to you earlier, it was a sense of stamina, endurance, and you can be better, you can do more. And when you constantly, as I say, keep pushing yourself in the direction that you believe that is going to transcend you, things change. I totally believe. If you have doubt, then okay, well, you're going to have a problem. But if you go in there and you diligently focus on what you're trying to get done, and it will pull you in that direction. If you refuse to allow yourself to do that, then you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
I believe in going forward. If I see myself something happening and it's getting better and better, I'm going to stick with that plan. I'm not going to deviate from it. So that's what I did my whole life. Same way. If you want something, you have to go after it.
Yeah.
You can't play around with it. Oh, well, I might. I don't think so. Not today, not tomorrow. I'm going to go after it.
Yeah.
Diligently.
Yes.
I laugh at myself sometimes because I'm so what you call it, groomed. I'm very groomed. I've groomed myself to be that way. I didn't just grow into being like that. It took me to get through the pain moments and the doubtful moments and maybe the little feels of maybe handling 500 pounds on the leg press for 100 reps. But I would do that because I wanted to challenge myself. The only way you can get better is challenging yourself.
Absolutely.
Believing that you can do anything. Anything is possible. It says in itself, possible.
Exactly. This 10 by 10 system that you trained every body part with, did you do this also at any point every single day as well?
When I was younger, yes. When I came out here, it all changed. Because when I came here at 75, what they were doing was they were doing 4 to 5 exercises, 20 reps a set. So I was already conditioned because, see, I had done the 10 sets of 10s. So to do 5 sets of 20s, I would just sit there. I would sit there and wait for them because it was easy. I'm getting a rest. But for myself, it was like 100 reps. Nobody's thinking about no break. I didn't give myself a break. When I came out here, they say 20 sets of legs, 20 sets of back, 20 sets of arm. I was like, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's easy. That's 100 reps. So I didn't really find it anything hard. I was using the same weight they were using. They were on the anabolics. I wasn't. But the condition of that 100 reps for so many years conditioned my body to go in and handle that 5 sets of 20. It was easy. I loved it.
But you did that every day, 10 by 10.
Every day. Every single day. I didn't even think about it. It didn't even dawn on me that it was wrong. I didn't even think about, oh, this is going to hurt me. I'm not going to be a muscle. I thought every rep of every set I was doing, I was building muscle. And as I say, when I would go to the competition and slowly take off my clothes, everybody goes, oh, boy.
Let's just get out of
here. Put my clothes on and go home. That told me that I was in the right direction. I loved it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So not too different to many of the golden era bodybuilding champions, we have heard the approach that Robby Robinson used to develop mass. And if we put these in order, we have Robby Robinson using powerlifting, power building, and after developing both strength and muscle mass, the high volume approach adopted by golden era bodybuilders at Gold's Gym. It is no surprise that Robby used the compound lifts such as squats, deadlifts, bench presses, cleans and presses, much like Arnold and Sergio Oliva did, to develop brute strength and mass. Even to this day, whilst training with Mike O'Hearn, he still practices power building, which he says allows him to maintain his strength. In Robby's opinion, the continual practice of compound lifts throughout his career have helped him create his foundation of strength and muscle, which he not only maintains to this day, but in his opinion, he is actually stronger than he was in his 20s, being able to squat and deadlift more than ever before. It is also interesting to have heard Robby talk about his first time at Gold's Gym and how he was challenged by the likes of Arnold, Ken Waller, Franco and Zane to strength tests to see if he was one of the guys, so to speak. It becomes very obvious then that strength was a true reflection of one's muscular size and held great importance back in the golden era. In many ways, it acted as a check to see if the muscles were actually functional and athletic, which are abilities that have been mostly lost today due to the overdependence of drugs. Further, Robby Robinson explains how he used the 10 by 10 system made famous by silver era bodybuilders like Steve Reeves and Vince Gironda, otherwise known as the German volume system. And Robby states to have trained this way every single day. Basically, Robby would choose one exercise per body part using basic exercises such as bicep curls, chins, squats, the barbell row, leg presses, etc. And due to the high volume approach, this routine would stimulate his muscles and really improve the mind-muscle connection due to the amount of reps, and we're talking about 100 reps per body part. Robby used this system for every body part, and similar to Vince Gironda's 10 by 10, Robby Robinson talks about how he gained stamina and endurance, and this is no surprise as Vince Gironda's 10 by 10 is a cardiovascular style of training used for definition and gaining muscularity, and Robby Robinson is known for his work ethic and muscularity, so it is obvious that his method of training had similar effects on Robby. Robby groomed himself, as he puts it, to train this way, and one can see it in the way that he trains and in the level of muscle control during his execution of these exercises. So I do hope you have enjoyed this fourth video on Robby Robinson's mass routines, which again included powerlifting, power building, and the 10 by 10 system, which are all tried and tested routines from the golden era to develop the foundation of strength and muscular mass he was known for, and which he up to this day has maintained. If you have enjoyed this video, please give the video a like, make sure to subscribe and click the bell button to be notified of the next video. If you want to learn more about Robby Robinson and his approach to bodybuilding, please make sure to visit his website for his excellent books on bodybuilding. And thanks to my collaboration with Robby and Robby's Blessings, Robby's arms and chest and back booklets are now available as ebooks at www.goldenerabookworm.com. That's it from me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. Golden Era bodybuilding booklets are available at www.goldenerabookworm.com, including Steve Reeves, Reg Park, Vince Gironda, Larry Scott, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mike Mensa, Danny Padilla, and much more. Online training is now available, including my new program, Novice to Classic, a program geared towards beginners and novices looking at developing a classic physique, as well as Classic Cut, geared at those who wish to lose weight and gain muscle fast. Details available at www.goldenerabookings.com. Need a bodybuilding poster for your gym or office? Then check out Ironman Magazine archive.smugmug.com for the highest quality posters on the planet. Scroll through the galleries of all the legends, including greats such as Arnold, Frank Zane, Sergio Oliva, Serge Nubret, Tom Platz, and Larry Scott, and much, much more, and select your poster now. As a natural bodybuilder, it is imperative to know your own testosterone levels, as they are a reflection of the anabolic environment created by your diet and training. I would highly recommend using the male hormone test kit from Let's Get Checked, and make sure you use my code GOLDEN30 for a 30% discount. Again, the advantage of checking yourself regularly is that you will know how well your body is anabolically primed to put on the much desired muscle you are working for. Get your gym wear and Golden Era apparel at the new Golden Era Tees shop, featuring designs from the Silver Era and Golden Era legends, available as tanks, shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies in all sizes and colors. To support your favorite YouTube channel, please visit teespring.com/store/Golden Era Bookworm for merchandise including t-shirts, hoodies, face masks, phone cases, and much, much more. Once again at teespring.com/store/Golden Era Bookworm. Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the Golden Era of bodybuilding. If you're a fan of old school bodybuilding, then make sure to check out Sups the Movie. Filmmaker Alex Ardenti explores the $40 billion sports supplement industry, delving into the origins, evolution, and current state of supplements used by millions of fitness enthusiasts worldwide, available at Amazon and Vimeo.